Now, they helped move tons of earth to reveal a Roman town in Northumberland more than 100 years ago. Now the search has begun to find out who they are. Dozens of local men and boys worked alongside archaeologists at Corbridge Roman town between 1906 and 1914. And photos taken at the time are being displayed as part of an exhibition which opened today in the hope it'll help to find them. Alison Freeman reports.
I can remember my grandmother talking about it and showing me the photograph from when I was very small. They were always very proud of him.
Marion's great-uncle Surtees Forster was just 13 years old when he took on his first job as one of the labourers who were excavating Corbridge Roman town more than 100 years ago. He was there when they discovered the famous lion, one of the most impressive finds here.
As a young boy doing all the fetching and carrying around the village, he was given the job of washing it.
Archaeologists at the time thought it would take them around 6 weeks to examine the site, but after starting digging in 1906, they were only stopped in 1914 by the start of the First World War. Their work was captured by a local photographer, but the names of many of the men who did the heavy work remain unknown. So now, English Heritage has set up an exhibition of the photos around the historic site to see if they can track down any more of the stories to honour their hard work.
We've got the names of the 5 or 6 archaeologists, who write the publications, but they're just standing on the side directing and then writing things up. But it's the 10, 20, 30 men each season who are moving tons of earth. They brought in railway tracks and trucks to move the earth.
The men would have been manual workers, like farm labourers.
We know that when they started, for them it was just another job, but from one of the memoirs of the supervisors, we learn how proud they were of what they were doing and that they really got interested in it. When the lion was discovered, one of the first things that the labourers, asked the supervisors was, is this better than the tombstone of the cavalryman from Hexham? Because they wanted their thing to be better, and they all went to the pub that evening and kind of drank. Well, it depends on your... it's two different things, but yeah, it shows that they did kind of start to understand what they were doing and appreciate it. This is their site, it was their history, and we want to give them that back.
Robert Guy was another one of the workers whose name is known. The watch chain shown in this photo handed down to his great-grandson Gary.
There's not many ways to actually remember Robert Guy because all he's left behind is a watch chain, a photograph, that's it. Like most of those men, he's buried in a pauper's grave in the cemetery over the river there, so we don't know where he is. So in a lot of ways, this exhibition is sort of a temporary memorial to these guys.
English Heritage says finding the names and relatives of the other men would add even more to the rich history of this site. And for Marion, who lives nearby, the link also adds to her family's history.
It's very special in a way that I have a link to the site, and every time I look at the lion I can remember my great-uncle.
Alison Freeman, BBC Look North, Corbridge.
Fascinating story, isn't it? Let's hope they find out who some of those other people were. It would be great to add to the archive, wouldn't it? Well, time for sport now. And